Now, because you and I have met today, our relationship has just shot up.
Yeah.
But then if now you and I don't keep in touch over a year, it's going to die down
Yeah.
again.
So we've discussed a lot about, physical events and meeting people and networking and stuff like that. How has the rules sort of changed for the online networking now? Because you're constantly, meeting people without actually meeting it. Now,
Right.
what I mean by that is I might be connected with you on LinkedIn. I might be reading your posts, but I've never said hi to you. You just are there on my feed, but
Right.
we've never sort of had a chat, right? So how do you sort of network with people on the internet?
Right. Okay. So if you're talking about networking on internet, Bijay, I talk about this concept called micro networking. Right. Micro network. Okay. Let's understand the basics first. The basic is when you're reading my post, you're not liking it. You're not saying hello. You're not doing anything. You're still reading it.
Yep.
So that is still a part of networking. A part of the purpose of networking is still being achieved. So I talk about the difference between views and likes.
Yep.
A lot of people get stuck in the zone of likes. On LinkedIn, if you go and see, there's a certain amount of likes, the far more number of views.
Yep.
So there are a lot of people out there who might be viewing what you have written, mentally liking it, just not bothering to like that button because they may be in a rush, because they may be scrolling, because like, okay, how many times am I going to like? Whatever reason. So one, we have to understand that it's not about the likes, etc. When you are active, being active is one part of it, right? The world knows that you exist. Otherwise, out of sight is out of mind. That's part one of the game, being there. Just having a profile that is dead is not going to do anything. Okay, that is one. Second, how do you network? Micro networking, this is what I was talking about. Now, you put up something on LinkedIn. I liked it. Now, one is I could just click the like button, the thumbs up button. Two is I could comment on it. Third is I could go to the messenger of LinkedIn and say, hey, Bijay, I liked your post, man. Good job. Thanks. Now, the difference between me writing the same thing in the comment box and in a messenger is that in a comment box, it's a one-to-many conversation you're having. But in a messenger, it's one-on-one conversation. Now, there's a risk you may not respond to that.
Yep.
Right? But that's a risk worth taking.
Yep.
Now, if I just go to the messenger and say, hey, Bijay, read your post, liked it, great job, man. And you respond, now we're having a one-on-one conversation.
Super valuable insight.
Right?
Yeah.
Micro networking. And the reason I call it micro networking is because how much time does it take?
Yep. Yep.
What?
Few seconds.
Right? From me reading the post, after I read the post, going to the search bar, typing in, going to the messenger, typing in Bijay, message coming up, typing in the message, hitting send, 60, 90 seconds?
90 seconds, yeah.
And
And you're
forget...
standing outside of the crowd, like you're not
you are.
one of those people who just hit the like.
And I'm not saying that you can't hit the like and you shouldn't comment in public. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But what we're talking about how...
Differentiates you.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. What is something, that plus factor that you can do?
Yeah.
And this is it.
Yeah.
You could.
It shows that you have taken that extra effort.
Yeah, it shows many things.
Yeah.
It shows care. It shows that you're courageous enough to start a one-on-one conversation with someone. A lot of people are scared to even do that. They'll be willing to type it in the public comment box. But if you tell them, shouldn't you be sending the same thing in a one-on-one? I say, no. I don't have that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't do it, you never will.
Yeah.
And this micro networking concept is not just limited to social media. On your phone.
Yeah.
On the way here, when I made a couple of calls,
Yeah.
connected with a couple of people, just said hello. That's one big reason I always have a driver with me, always, because when I'm traveling on the car, I want to be making phone calls. I don't want to be driving.
Yeah.
And these are, my goal is to keep all my conversations under 3 minutes. Some of them extend, I don't force it, but my goal is to keep it under 3 minutes. And on the way back, I'm just going to try and make 2-3 calls. No pressure, nothing. But just imagine, Bijay, imagine this, that if starting today, you just started doing this, that whenever you had a couple of minutes, you made a quick phone call or you sent a quick message to someone on social media, and you did that even so inconsistently, you did it over the next 1 year, maybe a couple of times a day, couple of times a week, right? Not even every day. Just imagine the kind of network you would have by the end of the year. just saying hello. Just imagine. Because here's the thing. The strength of my relationships is measured from my last contact. Now, because you and I have met today, our relationship has just shot up.
Yeah.
But then if now you and I don't keep in touch over a year, it's going to die down again. And 8 months later, if I need something from you, I'm going to be like, can I call him? I've not stayed in touch. I'm going to feel guilty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the strength of my relationship is measured from my last contact. I call it the recency effect. How recent was your conversation with someone?
Yeah.
The more recent it is, the more possible it is for you to reach out.
Yeah.
Ask or give.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to draw 2 examples on how I do that.
Okay.
And then, I want you to add more ways people can do this so that,
Okay.
they can take back like some of the practical things they
Let's
can
go.
do, right? So the one thing that I do is to especially stay in touch with people who have authored a book. When I'm traveling, I just go walk to the bookstore.
Yeah.
And then whenever I spot their book, take a picture, send it to them. Hey, I was just traveling from Delhi to Bombay, and on the airport, I spotted your book. Here you go. And they appreciate it so much that, hey, you know what? Oh, that's
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
really cool, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Which, city is this? Which store is this? And then the whole conversation opens up. And the other thing that I do is on people's birthday, on Facebook, everybody's writing happy birthday, on Instagram and all of that. But I take that effort, 2 minutes of my time, to record a video, sending them a special birthday wish, and then send it on WhatsApp. And like, oh my God, thank you so much. You took so much effort in wishing me, and you made my day. This is the best wish I've ever received.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we're talking about standing out of the crowd, right? You
Right.
did something different. You took that extra effort in doing that. And when you do that, then, people feel really special about themselves. So these are 2 examples that are on top of my mind. You can add more.
Right. Okay. One of the beliefs that I have, Bijay, that says, don't do regular things on special days, do special things on regular days. So the example that you gave, everybody's wishing everyone on their birthday.
Yeah.
What if you started wishing people on not birthday? What if one day you just recorded a video and saying, hey, bro,
Yeah.
I just remember that conversation and it still has influenced the way I think.
Yeah.
I just want to say this, bro, thank you for coming in my life.
Yeah.
Right. Now, it's a regular day
Yeah.
that you've done something special. On somebody's birthday, everybody's doing something or
Yeah.
the other. Right. You're sending video messages, somebody will be sending personalized gifts, somebody doing something. It's an extremely
Yeah.
busy day.
Yeah.
Right. So perhaps that's one more thing you could do.
Yeah. That's
right?
a great tip.
Yeah, doing special things on regular days. And then beyond this, Bijay, just being conscious, having that intent to add value in someone's life. If you just have that, you know how in our brain we've got a RAS, reticular activating system. Whatever we tell our brain to focus on, it starts focusing. So the moment I start telling my brain that, hey, I want to add value for people in my network, my brain is going to start throwing up ideas. It's one of those examples we've heard so many times on YouTube where people are saying the moment you start thinking red car, all of a sudden you start seeing red cars.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's your brain has decided to focus on. So the moment you start thinking, build relationships, add value, your brain starts to focus on that. So for me, success comes from setting up some fundamental principles, getting some fundamentals right. It's not so much about the techniques and the methods, that it's about the fundamental. So if at fundamental level you just decide that, hey, I want to be the kind of person that is building relationship, helping people, building a lot of social capital, ways will start appearing. Because the thing about having these specific techniques, or like you said, specific questions when you go to a networking event, is that they're going to work on some and then they're not going to work on some.
Yeah.
And you can't go to every networking event and say, by the way, how's the weather? Or what brings you here? Or right, who you've come with. How many people can you ask that question? Yeah. So if you just decided to become present to who the person is and did whatever was relevant for them, amazing. We talk about this concept called low maintenance relationships. When you build a relationship basis value exchange,
Yeah.
you don't really need to maintain it. Right? You could just create some value for someone and then reach out to them after 6 months, and you'll just pick it up
Yep.
from where it was left because there was value. Because even though you've not stayed in touch, the other person would still
Remember
recognize,
the last
remember, appreciate what had happened earlier. And then you just pick it up. So while strategies are important, for me, strategies should be extremely focused. They shouldn't be everyday thing. You can't. Strategy is not. It's a very heavy word, right?
Yep.
You can't just apply it every day. You'll get exhausted. You'll get burned out, right? Because it requires thinking. It requires doing. It requires assessment. Right? So let's keep the strategy for the big things. Day-to-day life. Let's just have some fundamentals. Let's just set an intent to be the kind of person that wants to build an amazing network. Care for them, knowing well that, hey, if I do enough things for people, eventually people would want to do things for me. And that's not an expectation, that's just an awareness. Because here's the thing, I may do something nice for you, and you may never do anything back nice for me, ever. It's not that you don't want to, you may never get an opportunity. But then one day you may be sitting having a cup of coffee with some guy, and the topic of networking comes up, and you say, yeah, you know, I've got this guy, Paritosh, I've interviewed him, seems to kind of know a little bit about networking. And then he makes a mental note, networking, right? And then 6 months pass by, a year passed by, he forgot that he spoke about you. And then he says, oh, there's this guy, somebody told me, networking, who does this? Paritosh Pathak. He goes, puts my name, sees me on the internet, comes and becomes my client. Now, if there's so many times I ask my clients, who referred you to me? Like, honestly, I don't remember. Because I love tracking. From the system standpoint, I love tracking to see where are people coming into my world from. Right? But some people I just have in the category of unknown. Because they said, somebody told me about you, I just can't remember who. So I can't track this back to you, but it is through you.
This is how you make your network work for you.
Yeah, I don't worry about it. I'm here. I'm just completely here. And then my goal is to see what can I do for you. Right now it could be, hey, being my absolute authentic self, not thinking, oh, damn, this is my paid content. Should I be sharing this on my Bijay's free podcast? No. Right? Being the best that I can. And then letting it flow. And then tomorrow, if I need something from you, I'll be very happy to call. Right? And if you ever call, I'll be very happy to honor.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And amazing things have happened in life because of that. Huge deals, massive opportunities, amazing stuff. And I've gone international because I added value in the life of people. Right? I got a chance to speak at an event where the President of India was the guest of honor and I was the keynote speaker because I added value in someone's life. Right? And everything that I am today, Bijay, is because of the people around me.
Of course. Yeah.
And it's very easy for me to think, oh, I am a coach. But no. The truth is I'm nothing without the support of the amazing people. Now, you and I are sitting together because of a common friend.
Yep.
Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened. Who knows where this is going to go?